Welcome back to Rishi Quant Research. So today's video will be the sixth in the series of RSI, which we started few couple of weeks back. So today's problem statement is RSI crossing above X and rally in rallies. Better way, in rally. Okay, so let me take you to my screen and I'll explain you the problem statement. RSI crossovers in rallies. What do I mean by that? Okay, so first step is extract historical data for a particular script. Then we will add RSI indicator, and then when we get the RSI, okay, we will mark the entries or categorize each row based on what? Based on whether on that particular candle RSI has crossed about 10 or 20 or 30 or 40. Okay, so we will add a additional column which is RSI crossed above or crossed above. This will be additional column. If on that particular candle RSI crossed above 10, what do I mean by crossed above 10? Means last reading of RSI was below 10 and now at the closing of this candle the reading is about 10. This is crossover. If RSI has crossed above a particular number 10, 20, 30, 40, we will categorize like that, or each row will be categorized in that sense. We will add a additional column, and then what we will do, we will plot a price chart, a normal price chart. Parameter OLHC parameter will be close, and then we will highlight the RSI crossovers. So say let me explain to you. So say RSI has crossed about 10, we will take 2 or 3 RSIs, okay, 10, 20 and 30. RSI has crossed about 10, RSI has crossed about 20 and RSI has crossed about 30, and we will mark these entries, closing price, okay, and on normal price plot, what we'll do, we will have a first price plot where we will mark on the price plot where RSI has crossed about 10, okay, and we will see where those dots of scatter plot are observed, on which side of troughs, okay, which side of troughs those dots are observed. Are those observed on the correction side or rally side or consolidation side or accumulation side? And for each of these RSI crossover number, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, we will have a separate plot, and we will see how those dots are observed, where those dots are observed, okay, and we will do an additional bonus analysis of considering volume. We will consider additional element of volume. What we'll do, for each RSI crossover we will find out mean volume for a given time frame. Okay, say RSI crossed about 10, we will get all the volumes and find out the mean. Likewise for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and we will see the behavior of that RSI crossover where the volume is largest. Okay, so let's go and run our code. Okay, so RSI crossing above X in rally and bonus volume included. Okay, so this is scope of study. Script under study variable, we will change the script to couple of different scripts. Okay, time frame under study 1 day. Okay, what happens in intraday time frame? RSI at 5 minutes, 15 minutes are jumping very high or falling very low overnight. Okay, or opening at the opening of the session. So we are not getting the actual sense of the market from that. Okay, so for now we will consider a 1 day. In later sessions we might go to intraday time frames. We will do separate analysis for intraday time frames. Okay, and mind you, this is for only rally. Okay, this is not for corrections, crossing overs, not crossing belows. Right now we will be analyzing only crossing aboves or crossing overs. We will not be analyzing crossing belows. That we will do in the next video. Okay, so we'll import some libraries imported, then get the data. We have added the RSI. Okay, then we will see we have added the column. Now what we have done here, we have added column of RSI crossing above. Here that is 30. Okay, here it is 60. As you can see, why it is 60? Because in last closing of RSI was 59.6 and now it is 60.6. So RSI has jumped from below 60 to above 60. That's why it's 60. Okay, this is NaN values. Okay, why NaNs? Because we have for now only considered the discrete numbers, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, to avoid the noise or to avoid the over analysis. Okay, to get the larger bird eye view sense of the market. That's why we have divided RSI into the discrete steps of tens, multiples of tens. Okay, so these are NaNs because here the RSI is crossed from 58.2 to 57.2. There is no 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70. Okay, that's why these are NaN values. Okay, so now we will filter the RSI where crossing aboves are not NaN. Okay, so all 200 rows are there. So before that, see, these are the 1D and this is the time span. We have considered how many? 5 years, last 5 years of calendar years, last 5 calendar years. Okay, so total 1225 trading days. Out of that we have got 200 days. These 200 days are what? On these 200 days RSI has crossed either above 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 or 80. Okay, these are those values, 10 to 100. This has happened 200 times out of 1225 trading days. On 200 days RSI has crossed above these values. Okay, so I'll come back to this volume. This is bonus I talked about. Okay, I'll come back to this after we finish this, and then we will have plot the. This is simple closing price. Okay, and in this closing price, what we'll do, we have plotted dots. You will see green dots. Green dots, you will see where you will see green dots will be there where RSI have crossed above 10. This is simple price plot. Okay, these are the dates encoded, and this is a price. Okay, so let me label these. X label, dates encoded. Okay, and Y label, close. Okay, so this is dates encoded. These are dates. Okay, so the stock understudy is Tata Consumer, and here you will not find any green dot because in this given data span, that is 27th April 21 to 1st April 26, there are no entries where RSI has crossed above 10. Would you like to check? Okay, we'll go and check on our chart. Okay, so Tata Consumer it is right. So this is its NSE chart. Get the 1D time frame. Okay, 1st April 2021. Okay, 1st April 2021. So this is right side of this is the chart understudy. As you can see, this is a 10. This is a RSI at 10. Let me mark this. Do you find any reading where RSI has crossed above this green light? No. That's why we have got this blank chart. Now RSI crossing about 20. We have got two readings. Let's check. Okay. So 20. See. RSI. Where is the RSI? We will mark a horizontal line at 20 RSI. As you can see, there are only two readings. This one, okay, one, and this two. That's why we have got only two readings. Okay, so now you are sure that whatever analysis we have performed or extracted, it is correct. So let's go and see how these green dots are appearing at different thresholds of RSI. Okay, so as you can see, RSI crossing above 20. Yes, these dots are appearing on the correction side. Above 30 appearing on the correction side. Most of the dots are appearing on the correction side. As you can see, during correction or during fall, RSI crosses above 30. not a single point is on the left side, that is during the rallies. Do you see any point here? Let me get the marker and ask you something. I'll tell you to observe. Okay, do you see any green point here, here, here? No, all the points are at the correction side. Okay, right? Also 20 is also at the correction side, threshold 20. Yes, RSI crossing above 40 also on the correction side. Do you see? Do you see RSI crossing above 40? So let me mark these. Okay, all on the correction side. Do you see? So when the RSI is crossed, yes, except this one, okay, that can be treated as an outlier. Okay, so if RSI crossing above 40, you don't need to rush to make a decision to go bullish. You don't need to rush and change your view from bearish to bullish, because when the RSI crosses above 40, market is almost all the time still in the correction phase, as you can see. Let's go and see. 50. Yes, this is happening on the both sides of the troughs. 50, RSI crossing above 50 is on the right side also, left side also, right side also, left side, during correction also, during rally also, as you can see. These are the rallies. Observe the rallies also, and observed in the correction phase also, as you can see here, also at the top. So RSI crossing above 50 seems indecisive. Okay, you cannot conclusively draw any inference when the RSI crosses above 50. Okay, so you can see here. Yes, this seems pretty much conclusive. RSI crossing above 60. You can see, when the RSI crosses above 60, market is either in the bullish phase or at the distribution phase, except here, as you can see, except here and here. Only two readings are on the correction side. Do you see? Market is always on the bullish phase or at the distribution phase. Okay, see, bullish, 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 and here it is distribution. Okay, these two are only times when this reading or RSI crossing above 60 is observed in the correction phase. Okay, so let's go in the next. 70. Perfect. As you can see, we have got the more conclusive results or back tested results, where we can conclusively inference something concrete. When the RSI crosses above 60, it's either a bullish phase or a distribution phase, as you can see. See, this is either a bullish phase, or distribution. it's either a rally or a top when the RSI is crossing above 70. Top, these are tops, this is rally, tops, and rally. Okay. Let's go next. RSI crossing above 80. What do we see? RSI crossing above 80 always observed in the rally phase. Always in the rally. So from this you can see up to 30 or 40. Okay. RSI crossing above up to 40s, or you may say crossing above 20, 30 and 40. I'll mark it down. Observed in the correction phase. Okay. So this is inferences. Correction phase. And next 50 inconclusive, observed on the correction phase also, distribution top also, and rally also. 50 is RSI crossing above 50, crossing above 50, indecisive. Above 60, yes, either rally or distribution. RSI, okay, crossing above 60, either rally or top. As you can see, either rallies or top. So when the RSI crosses above 60, if the market is in the momentum, market is likely in the bullish phase. If the market is in the exhaust phase and you see RSI crossing above 60, it is likely making the top. It is likely creating a distribution and market is likely to retrace, make some correction. Okay. RSI crossing above 70, rally and top. RSI crossing above 60 and 70, either rally or top. And when the RSI crossing above 80, pure rally. RSI crossing above 80, observed in rallies. Okay. Observed in, let me add this, observed in rallies. Okay. So this is the inference, as you can see. Okay. So that's how we have performed the analysis, statistical or visual analysis. Okay. This kind of analysis you can perform using Python. Okay. If you were to do this using a chart, you had to go and manually plot these dots on last 5 years time frame. And when you go and plot these dots manually, there are chances that you you will miss some dots. Okay, so that kind of analysis is likely to give you likely to create some false readings. But using Python, using code, you can do actual, factual, objective analysis, a correct analysis. Okay, and maybe this is for the Tata consumers. Okay, so if you want to check, you can just change the script Reliance and you can see whether these observations are observed in the same manner across the scripts or they are different. Okay, so that I leave you to decide for yourself. Okay, that's how we do the analysis. That's how the report is done. Statistical report or back testing report is done. Now in the next video, what we'll do, this video we have done the RSI crossing above 70. In the next video we will do RSI crossing below 10, 20, 30, 40 and see if we can capture a different patterns. Okay, that we will do in the next video. So we will be doing couple of more videos in this RSI series and then we will move on to the next series. Okay, so that's it from my side, and of course please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. This channel purely runs on your support. Okay, and of course I'll urge you to put your comments and tell me what kind of analysis you want me to perform, and we will create a different playlist where I will be doing a back testing analysis for my subscribers. Okay, so if the your demand is reasonable and feasible for me, I will be filtering some of your requests and I will be doing those analysis for purely my subscribers. Okay, so please don't forget to put your comments and tell me what kind of analysis do you want me to do. Okay, we will create a different playlist. So that's it from my side, and take care, have a good day.